This is the MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast with the midweek news. Join your hosts, Iceman and Holstera, two law enforcement professionals ready to offer their unfiltered opinions on the latest news from the world of law enforcement. No filters, no edits. So be warned, the content may be upsetting to some listeners. Sit down and hold on. This may get a little bumpy.
Welcome to MOTORCOP Chronicles podcast, midweek news.
Good evening, everybody.
As you can see, we are extremely light from what we're used to running with. I call everybody a crew. They're not here. The box has
He's got goo.
He's got a couple of reports to write and a test, and they said they would give him his third grade diploma finally. So hopefully that. I think he was doing an essay on SpongeBob and a thesis on Elmo. So I'm not sure.
Hey, Aaron.
So hopefully that works out for him on that.
Hey, Jennifer. Hey, Jaron.
Oh, thank you there, Jaron. The first part is Freebird. I mean, hopefully he's not going to be watching. As y'all know, if y'all been listening to the podcast for a long time, Freebird's wife passed away unexpectedly, and that was a year ago today. It's the anniversary of that. That's why he is not here,
And rightfully so.
and I did talk to him earlier on the phone on my way home from work, and he is okay. He's doing okay. I just wanted to check on my buddy, because stuff like that can be hard. He posted a whole bunch of pictures on his Facebook page, which, I mean, I'm pretty sure not many of y'all or any of y'all are friends with him. So I'm going to start out with when after housekeeping, we're going to do a little tribute to her. So y'all stand by for that, and then we'll get into the funny stuff. Okay? You're watching.
I'm awesome.
If you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, just like and subscribe, share it to your friends and stuff like that. Share it to your enemies if you're on audio on Apple. 5 stars, write a review. We'll shout it out when I get it checked and stuff like that. So let's do this. We're going to do that. We'll do this other part first. It's kind of like a little tribute to Jennifer for Freebird. So y'all just stand by a minute, and we're going to do that, and then we'll get on with it. right. Well, that's Freebird's wife, and that was
Freebird's favorite falcon.
she was a real good woman, so we're gonna miss her.
And I'm damn glad he grew out of that fucking haircut.
Yeah, I was upstairs. I used to see them in that haircuts. That's how I'm used to seeing them. So, of course, everybody's thoughts going out to Freebird, and he'll hopefully be back next weekend. I'm not sure if he's got a fuzzy hat meeting or not, but
like a fuzzy hat meeting.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his fuzzy hats, but he knows we're thinking about him. So we got several stories to go. I added an extra one just in case we go through a little quick. So we're not so used to bouncing off everybody. So we'll get into it.
Like we don't bounce off of each other?
No.
I mean, if I ran into you, I'd bounce off you.
You bounce off of me like a dodgeball bouncing off a waterhead.
Yeah. Jesus.
All right. You want the first one, or you want me to do the?
Are we going to jump into stories right away, or are we going to talk about how I was accosted by the the Gestapo today at the fucking Social Security Administration?
Yeah. I tried to explain the whole stare that he was not old enough for Social Security yet, but he was trying to get it anyway. So he went to the Social Security office up there in Florida somewhere, and I guess they didn't realize that COVID restrictions have been lifted. He sent me a picture of himself with a face diaper
on.
And I'm like, what the hell you doing with that on? He said, that is Nazi at the front door. They won't do it. They made everybody go in and they had to have a face diaper on, and they had to do the 6 feet apart thing.
And without me thinking, this is a shirt I pick up off the dresser to wear today. In case you can't see it, it says COVID-19. On the bottom, it says Media Crisis 2022. Yeah, so basically I walk up. There's about 30 people standing outside. Everybody's nut to butt. I mean, like, legitimately, I could read the guy's text messages in front of me. And then all of a sudden, when you get to the door, hey, Sarah, you have to stop. And I'm like, I don't have a mask. And he goes, they're over there. I'm like, can you get me one? He goes, no, you can get it. Say, well, then I ain't fucking getting it. But either way, I reached in that box because I needed a copy of my Social Security card. So I put it on, upside down, of course, because I'm not used to it. And I get in there, and this guy, I noticed there's a young lady. I say young, she's probably in her 50s. Sitting across me to my left, and she's got her mask down like this to her nose. And the guy just yells out, hey, put your mask on or get out. I'm like, well, that wasn't very nice. And, of course, this is not how I was interacting with the guy. I was egging him on the entire time because I know in a federal building you can't be trespassed. It just can't happen because we all pay taxes for those buildings. Regardless, I'm sitting there, and the guy in front of me, his phone goes bling.
You should have went cop watch on him, pulled your phone out, and started recording them.
Oh, I thought about it, but recording inside of a federal facility is kind of a no-no. But no, he heard the phone go bling for this guy in front of me. Now, I could tell this isn't a patriotic man with a U.S. Army hat on. And this security guard goes, put it on silent, and walks over, and he goes, I said now, and ripped the phone out of the guy's hand. And that guy snatched his phone back and just told him, I fucking got it, buddy. And I just told him, calm down, big guy. I'm with you. But unfortunately, we got to play these bastards' games for now. And he calmed down and started talking shit with me. Yeah. And then, of course, they got people like mumble rappers calling over the loud system. Like, what the fuck number was that? And then they want to yell at you because you didn't hear them.
Hold on a second. Look, I seen some of y'all's comments over here. I don't know. I don't think it's y'all. For some reason, my stream says it's doing excellent, but it's on.
I'm seeing Facebook.
It's on our end, and it's just freezing up. So just bear with us, and hopefully it'll pick itself back up. Sometimes that happens. I don't know why, but it's not y'all. It is us.
Yeah, we went from 10 to 5.
Yeah, well, it happens when your stream starts screwing up, I guess. So it's not y'all. For some reason, I don't know why. We've been doing real good, and then this wouldn't be the show if
shit didn't go bad.
Yeah, stuff wasn't going to work.
But the audio's still working, right, everybody? Or is it just the video?
Yeah, everybody on P-Chalk's the same here. Yeah, I don't know why it's lagging. I don't know why it's lagging, unfortunately. I apologize. Ain't nothing I can do about it. It's, for some reason, it's not liking us tonight. Yes, I know, Bronson. Yeah, it's my connection, so we're just going to have to go with it, or y'all just going to have to go back and listen to the audio. I'm not sure how y'all want to do it. And like I said, I can't do nothing about it right now.
Yeah, let me jump into the stories.
First one is the ex-cop.
Ex-cop fakes death in Ukraine?
Yes.
The Police Tribune. Ex-cop fakes death in Ukraine following charges for lying about trooper sexually assaulting her. York County, PA, a former Baltimore police officer accused of faking her death in an effort to escape charges that she lied about being sexually assaulted by a Pennsylvania state trooper. She's been arrested, apparently, on new theft charges, according to police. Oksana, nope.
You ain't going to get that.
No, Miss Brown, 47, was initially charged with a theft offense in 2018 after she stole $30 worth of items from a Walmart store in Shrewsbury Township, according to the Daily Voice. She was sentenced to 2 years on probation and 50 hours community service. After being arrested by a Pennsylvania state trooper on an outstanding warrant tied to the case, Brown alleged that the trooper sexually assaulted her after taking her into custody. The Daily Voice reported dashcam footage of the encounter allegedly showed the trooper did nothing of the sort, and Brown was subsequently charged with unlawful or unsworn falsification to authorities in filing a false police report. The new charges came less than 1 month after she was sentenced 2 years probation for the theft conviction. The Daily Voice reported York County detectives said Brown cooked up a plan with her husband and son to fake her own death to collect on life insurance policy to avoid going to trial for allegedly lying to the police about the supposed sexual assault, according to York something. Brown took out an accidental death and dismemberment and term life insurance police from Assurity Life Insurance Co., Gerber Life Insurance, and Kuna Mutual Group. Damn. The total amount of the payout would have been $750,000, according to investigators.
That's a picture of her up here, if y'all are able to see it.
They'll see it in like 30 minutes.
I know, huh? I'm kind of aggravated. Kind of ruins my whole mood when it does this shit. But there's a picture of her up here.
I would have to be drunk and cover her head with a paper bag in order to even be aroused, let alone sexually assault her.
Yeah, Aaron, you're right. It's that Bayou Internet. I don't know what the problem is with it. Like
That's exactly what it is. That Bayou Internet.
If Roy was here, he would go out with her.
Probably.
Roy has low standards. I'm just joking. I don't know if he does or not. So if anybody's dating Roy, don't take it as an offense.
No, take it that way.
It's a joke.
You know why the connection's messed up?
Because it's us.
No, because your name is behind you and not above you.
I'll put it there. Look, I threw this crap together. I was stressing out earlier. I had some stuff happen at work, and I didn't get to leave on time like I usually do, and I ended up leaving like a little over half an hour late, I got caught in traffic, which caused me to get home like almost 2 hours later than usual, and I didn't have nothing ready. And
Fact, Dan. Fact.
Holster was on the phone with me trying to keep me calm, thinking I was going to lose my shit and start, shooting people to get them off the road.
He was going to be like Danny DeVito. So anyway, I started blasting.
So we'll get on to this next story. We're just going to – I don't know if everybody remembers that lieutenant that shot the guy that jumped on the hood of his car. Yeah, jumped on the hood of his truck. Well, And he began beating the truck up, and the guy's on. It was happened January 8th. The guy's family and stuff was in there, and he capped him and killed him. Well, I guess the grand jury or whatever came back with a no true bill, and the prosecutors, the DA's there. There's no charges. He's not getting charged. So, of course, there's a lot of people pissed off about that. But,
don't jump on my truck, bitch.
He felt threatened. So, I thought when it happened, it was a good shoot because of it. But you never know nowadays how people are going to take stuff. But so, no charges are filed. So it was a good shoot. He's good. So that was just kind of an update.
That's good.
You ready for the next one? You want to do it?
What?
This next one's messed up.
I'll do it.
Really messed up.
Please tell me that says rap.
Nope. It does not say rap.
What is LI?
I'm not sure. I didn't figure that one out either.
It's out of New York anyway. 14-year-old accused of raping LI mom in front of daughter. Now, do you have your computer where you can Google that while I'm reading this shit?
No, I'd have to start switching more screens over.
Yeah, don't do that. You're not good at that. Oh, you got to be bullshitting me.
No.
No, it's this new phone. I don't have Newsbreak on my other shit.
Oh, well, I'll read it then if you don't have it.
Yeah, I'll download it mid.
This story here is messed up. It's from CBS out of New York. A 14-year-old was accused of raping. I don't know what LI means. Long Island, I guess. Maybe that's it. Long Island mom.
There you go. Yep.
In front of her daughter. This from Mastic or something, Beach, New York. Investigators say they have made a shocking arrest after the mother was sexually assaulted in her home invasion. Jennifer McLogan reports the alleged rapist is a 14-year-old boy. He's now being held without bond. 23-year-old mother, who has been released from the hospital, is moved from the home where she was strangled, stabbed, robbed, and brutally raped on April 19th. This is a case that is both shocking and extremely disturbing, the district attorney said. Police say the video they distributed of the perpetrators led to tips and eventually a DNA profile that matched the violent rape scene. The suspect is a 14-year-old youth. Upsetting given the age of the offender as well as the underlying facts of the case. Horrified neighbors helped this young woman as she ran naked from her home, clutching her 4-year-old after the two suspects had fled. She walked over here holding her daughter's hand. I thought they were playing till I realized the woman, that what she had on turned out that it was she was bleeding from her head bad, like her whole body was covered in blood, a neighbor said. The victim and her child had been trapped upstairs. The victim heard noises downstairs, but she assumed it was her husband who had come home early from work. They quickly locked themselves in the upstairs bedroom, but the suspects broke down the door. The defendant, who was armed with a knife, began to rape the victim in front of her daughter, then stabbed and slashed her. Once I was informed about the heinousness act, I wanted to make sure that I have the best investigators handling this case, the police commissioner said. They made the arrest within 24 hours. The accomplice of the alleged rapist remains at large. Sources say they know who they are looking for. Why don't they put the name out then or a picture? I just hope they get whoever was doing it, It's not a good thing, a neighbor said. One on the loose and nobody's talking. Somebody knows something, and that person, whoever it is hiding them. I'm sorry. They should be convicted of it as well. That is true. The 14-year-old was arraigned, remanded, and because of his juvenile status, faces a maximum of 10 years in prison. So he brutally rapes this woman, tries to kill her in front of her little daughter and everything, and the most he can get is 10 years.
Well, with any luck in 10 years,
10 years.
her husband won't forget.
He should be tried as an adult. This type of crime, he should be tried as an adult, put away for the rest of his little nasty little life, okay?
Well, there was two of them, right?
Yeah. But the one they have is the one that did the raping and the stabbing, according to the story, I believe. I'm trying not to cuss as much. He's a piece
of shit.
Yeah, this little juvenile bastard, I'm sorry, is just his parent. Well, first of all, why isn't his parents in jail with him?
Because he'd probably rape them.
No, I'm just saying, I mean, if we're remember the other story from a while back, they charged the parents when the kid went on the shooting rampage.
You are so butthurt over that.
It still pisses me off. So why isn't this little dirtbag, this little piece of shit kid's parents locked up in jail? Because they don't want to have to be, they were raising this little bastard.
See, now, Dan, I fully get behind that. I've always been an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth type of guy. I think anybody that touches children or commits rape, like, for instance, this, should automatically have their, they should be pissing out of a straw for the rest of his life.
Oh, yeah. It's horrible. It's horrible. I think the stream should be working correctly now since my kilobytes per second is like way up the way it's supposed to be. So hopefully everybody's getting it. Dad's still at the store. Like I said, this kid here, if he's committing this type of violent crime at 14 years old, there's no rehabilitation. There's no nothing like that. So you're going to keep him in jail for 10 years and let him out when he's 24 years old. Just a worse criminal. Just a worse criminal. Aaron. So, anyway, let's move on. I'm the one that picked the story out and pissed myself off. So
right? I mean, hell, the one I sent you at like 9 a.m. That was...
Yeah, you got me all mad this morning that early.
I assume that means former Alabama police chief?
Yes, that's Alabama. I got a picture on that one, too.
All right. Former Alabama police chief arrested after impersonating an officer, flashing a badge. What the fuck? I can stand a thief better than a dirty cop.
That dude's got a big-ass head, too.
All they do is take people's rights, said Sheriff Blake Truman. Wow.
Dramatic pause. I mean...
Yeah, that's... it's like, oh, you know American Dad? Good morning, USA. Yeah. It's going for that look.
You think? He's just got a big square head. He looks like a Lego.
Old Tide, Robert.
We'll call him a Lego head. He's a Lego head.
Get this. His name is Mike Jones.
It's Mike Jones.
Yeah. Mike Jones, former police chief in the troubled Alabama town of Brookside, was arrested today on felony charges of impersonating a peace officer.
Mike Jones.
During a traffic stop in South Alabama. Jones, accompanied by his lawyer, Corey Bryan of Andalusia, turned himself in at Covington County Jail on Monday. Covington County Sheriff Blake Truman said Jones was stopped on April 12th by a Covington County deputy after being clocked driving 78 in a 55 zone on Alabama 55 South. When the deputy approached the car, he reported that the driver of the vehicle was holding a police badge out the driver's window. According to the affidavit filed by the county to obtain a warrant for Jones, the deputy described a Brookside badge with a chief indicator on the bottom. So when he left, he kept the fucking badge. Never mind. I'm going to keep my mouth shut. However, Jones resigned or was let go from Brookside Police Department on January 25th, soon after reports of a small town's aggressive police drew the attention of the state lawmakers and local officials. I think he's going to walk on these charges. The affidavit says Jones told the Covington deputy he was the chief in Brookside, a town a couple hundred miles north just past Birmingham. The deputy gave him a professional courtesy verbal warning and sent him on his way. That's a good police officer. Jones' lawyer, Brian, did not return calls today outside the jail this morning. The lawyer told Blaine Wilson of WAAO News and Andalusia that Jones is innocent and he will prove it in court.
Innocent until proven. Mike Jones.
Yeah. But I think he's going to beat it.
I actually made a traffic stop yesterday, and the guy got out, and he had a badge around his neck, pistol on his hip. He got out the vehicle on me. That's the only reason I didn't make him get back in at first, because I'm like, okay. So I walked up, and I was kind of looking at him. I was still being real cautious, you know. Thought I was going to get me one of them cop impersonators. He didn't try to throw himself off as a cop because I looked. I said, "You a cop or what?" And he I looked at him, and one of them fucking bounty hunters.
See, those are illegal down here.
Well, it's not against the law we're an open carry state, as long as you're not a convicted felon. He ended up he was actually had a retired commission from up in Alexandria area, so I did give him a common courtesy. But if I catch his ass again, it's not because he saw us say, "Oh, you're just a bounty hunter? Give me your license." Well, I retired as law enforcement. He knew I was about to hammer that ass with the ticket, just being a bounty hunter. And he's walking around. He's dressed in all black. I'm like, this dude's got the whole. I mean, I don't know why these bounty hunters want to dress like that and shit like that.
Well, I mean, it makes sense. Most of the time, they do bond retention in the middle of the night. They can't really wear bright colors. No, it caught back up with itself, Bronson. No more food stamp internet connection. The state recharged it. It's good to go. All right, let's see what we got next. Y'all be remembering for hot nut stuff. Oh, that's my favorite picture I swear, that's my favorite picture of Freebird. He's got to wear that mullet from now on.
Oh, the one
Dog Bounty Hunter.
Dog Bounty Hunter.
Yeah,
I remember that picture from her birthday. These two people right here. I'm sure if y'all have watched the news any, these two have been all over it because she's a complete dumbass, and
I knew it the minute they told me it was her last day on the job.
Yeah, when I read the story, I was like, yeah, she's in on it. Anyway, if you don't know that, this dude is I don't think he's convicted yet, but I think he's in there for murder or something, awaiting trial. She was like an assistant warden or some shit like that. Anyway, the escaped inmate and corrections officer, come to find out, had a special relationship with each other. This is out of Florence, Alabama. An escaped Alabama inmate had a special. Well, hold on. We're going to allegedly relationship with the jail official authorities believe assisted in his escape, a sheriff's office spokesman said Tuesday. A manhunt is underway for Cassie White. That's her. No, I'm sorry. Is her name Cassie White? Yeah, Cassie White. No, he's Cassie White, who was awaiting trial on a capital murder case. So that's Cassie White. You got a girl name. That's why he's so mean. And Vicky White, no relation. A jail official. After the pair vanished after leaving the Lauderdale County Detention Center on Friday morning, the two are not related, authorities said. Well, they could say...
No bullshit. They were married.
They could claim they were married. They both got the same damn last name.
But either way, ain't he like 7 foot tall with like 10 foot ears?
I don't know. Investigators received information from inmates at the Lauderdale County Detention Center over the weekend that there was a special relationship between Director White and inmate Cassie White. That relationship has now been confirmed through our investigation by independent sources and means. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Office said in a statement to news outlets, the office did not elaborate on the nature of that relationship. Now, she just, I don't know, she just made cookies for him. I'm sure that's the whole relationship. She was probably blowing a dude or something. Come on. I mean, what the hell?
I've never understood female CEOs that go into jails and end up hooking up with these fucking like career felons.
Yeah, well, on Friday morning, Vicky White, 56, told co-workers The 38-year-old inmate needed to go to the courthouse for a mental health evaluation. She was escorting the inmate alone, which that should have threw up red flags right there. You're not going to have a female escorting a male by themselves. Okay.
But you know what? I'm glad that she was alone, because the odds are they would have killed the other. You see what I'm saying?
You're right on that, Dan. You're right on that. I wouldn't think it either. That afternoon, when she was not answering the phone, authorities discovered the two were missing and no such evaluation had been scheduled. Her patrol car was found abandoned in the parking lot of a shopping center. A warrant was issued Monday for Vicky White's arrest on charges of assisting an escape. Family members and colleagues said they are bewildered by the involvement of Vicky White, who had worked for the sheriff's office for 16 years with the inmate who was already serving a 75-year sentence for attempted murder and other crimes. So he was already doing 75 years.
Well, yeah, and even the sheriff came out and said nobody's seen this shit coming.
I just can't picture Vicky running off with that man, her former mother-in-law, Frances White, said in a telephone interview. She remained fond of her daughter-in-law decades after she had divorced her son in 1991. He had died earlier this year. She said her former daughter-in-law was kind and always wanted to help others, but added that she was sometimes private. Vicky was a person who kept all her thoughts and troubles to herself, she said. Not too much. I mean, yeah, this dude is 6'9" tall.
Yeah, he ain't little.
260 pounds. It's like he's not going to not stand out in a crowd even if he changes clothes. I mean, he's a freaking giant. Come on.
But yeah, think about it. Well, I mean, the ears will stand out.
I'm going to tell you what. Like, he's 6'9", whatever. He might be like packing like a mule, and she saw him in the shower, and it's like, "Hey, big boy, come here and let me do."
Then go buy a toy from Holstera's 3D Design. Don't go hooking up with the fucking deputy.
Vicky had no children, her former mother-in-law said, and had recently sold her house. Oh, she was setting this shit up. She had just saying she sold her house. She got all that money and stuff. A sprawling property of 4 acres she had originally bought to be close to her parents. The property, which included a trailer, a barn, was really too big for one person. Don't make excuses. She sold her home for $95,000. That's freaking cheap. You got
it is.
All that land and all that stuff for $95,000.
Wish I would have known.
She sold it just 12 days before disappearing. The purchase price was below the market value for the area. That's what it is. She took the first one. They had this shit planned out. Lauderdale County Sheriff Rick Singleton said Monday that Vicky White had announced plans to retire, and the day she disappeared would have been her last day at work.
Well, it was her last day at work.
You can't tell me this shit wasn't all set up. These motherfuckers in Mexico somewhere.
I want to know what. Well, I hope they're not in Mexico because they have an extradition policy. I want to know. Hey, baby, you want to murder this kitty? Anyway, oh God, I want to know what the timeline is like from the time they realized they were gone to the time they found her car, or no, rather, the time that they left the jail to the time they found their car.
Well. It's been hours. I mean, I don't think they found it till either that night or the next day.
So they could have actually boarded an aircraft and left the United States.
Well, it had to be a private one or something. Because I mean, I don't know how that works. He didn't have no passport.
No, but yeah, you're right.
He didn't have no ID. He didn't have no ID, no driver's license. I mean, no.
Well, that would actually be quite easy because if she already has money, like she knows she ain't gonna get her pension. So if she has a bulk of money and finds a guy that looks similar in the face that he does, it would be easy to pay him $20,000 for a copy of their passport.
I figured it out. I just figured it out. What he did is he went to immigration, identified as an illegal alien, and they gave him a free plane ride.
That is true. If they understood Spanish, they could just walk back across the border.
Yeah. The subjects should be considered armed and dangerous. There's an AR-15 rifle, handguns, and a shotgun, the Marshal Service has said in the bulletin.
They took it all out the unit, huh?
Yep. Casey White was serving time for a string of crimes that included attempted murder, robbery, burglary. While in prison, he had confessed to the 2015 stabbing death of a 58-year-old woman, authority says, which caused him to be brought to the Lauderdale County Jail for court proceedings. The sheriff said they believe White plotted an early escape from jail in 2020 when they found a makeshift knife. This is what I think. All right, I'm going to give my opinion on it. He got her. That's probably the best picture there is of her. So she probably don't look like that. She's older, probably, not the most attractive woman. He showed her attention, yada, yada, yada. Same old routine they always do in jail. It's a good chance if he already murdered people or tried to murder people.
Yeah, he probably killed her.
That once they got where they were going, she's extra baggage. He probably done. It's good if they found her alive. I'll be surprised. I'll really be surprised. He was using her to get out. Once he got where he's going, she's baggage. I wouldn't be surprised if he kills her. Not, she might already be dead for all we know. I don't think they're going to find her alive. What do y'all think? Dan said they had a 3-hour head start. They have 8 minutes of dash cam footage from the prison vehicle. But that's it. They dressed him up as a Wookiee, and he's at Universal Studios. That's a good one. I mean, I don't know what y'all think. I don't think they're gonna find this lady alive. I think he's gonna take her out, and
they got all kinds of shit.
He just used her to get out of jail, like befriend her. Oh, I'm in love with you. We can spend the rest of my life. So he killed her, took what was left of the $90,000 and the weapons and stuff, and took off. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, they already know what kind of car they're driving and everything.
Yeah, we'll see. So,
by the way, anybody, if you see a 2007 orange or copper Ford Edge with on the very left of the bottom bumper, the left sensor is missing, that little round thing.
Bumper Jumper on YouTube says he might be hung like a mule. He might be, like I said. Yeah, see, everybody's saying that. Aaron says he thinks he's fertilized too. I think he used her and he's going to kill her. She's probably already dead, in my opinion. All right.
No, I think he needed her to get outside of the country.
Well, they've had enough time to get out the country by now.
3 hours from Alabama? That's, unless you're jumping a private jet, which don't get me wrong, with $100,000, you could find your way aboard a jet.
I'm just saying, no. How many days has it been now?
Well, yeah, but if they didn't get out of there's no way. They knew the car, they knew everything. You know damn well, you especially know that when something like that happens, they can use that shit on the interstate to track it.
But they had everything planned out prior. They probably had another car stashed somewhere else and everything else. So they had everything set up. I think they're she's dead and he's in another country. He's in Mexico. So let's go on to the next one. We could debate this one all night. It's just one of them stories, man.
Yeah, we'll have to follow back up with it. I mean, when they find them, because they are well armed, you're going to know about it. If she is alive, they're going to go out like Bonnie and Clyde, because her as a fucking CO going to prison is not good.
No, it wouldn't be.
LAPD officer injured amid downtown abortion rights protest. The day ended in sporadic skirmishes with some people throwing rocks at officers, LAPD said. Where's the roof, Koreans? Los Angeles police issued a citywide tactical alert in response to a large protest in downtown Los Angeles where an officer was injured Tuesday evening, May 3rd. Authorities said the alert was later canceled. The protest took place in the Pershing Square area in response to a leaked draft that suggested the Supreme Court may be overturning Roe v. Wade, the landmark 1973 decision that allowed Democrats to kill their children. No, I'm just kidding. That guaranteed a federal constitutional right to kill babies. Organizers called for a mass protest to take place downtown. A group of about 250 protesters marched from Broadway and First Street near Los Angeles City Hall to Pershing Square area just after 8 p.m., according to Los Angeles Police Chief Michael Moore. Around 9 p.m., a segment of protesters occupied an intersection, and police attempted to disperse them with fire hoses. No, I'm just kidding. Disperse them, Moore said. The group then began throwing rocks and bottles at the LAPD officers, and one officer was injured, according to Moore.
What's up, Dirk?
Dirk.
You wasn't down there with those rides, were you? What I think's funny is there's nothing funny about riots, but they're out there, protesting, rioting, and they haven't made a decision yet. It was just a letter they were talking about it.
Yeah, imagine how big it's going to be.
I mean, so if they do go ahead and do that, it's going to be, but all those other TVs and stuff are probably wearing out from the other rights, and it's time for some new ones.
Burn, loot, murder. Yeah, I always found it very profound, especially, can't really cross that line.
Yeah, we'll talk about the abortion part and stuff on it on the other one, since we've already been booted off of lives on Facebook anyway. If y'all do want to hear our political stuff, we put out on MOTORCOP and stuff, and the Facebook page for Liberty Freedom Whiskey. When we're going live, Facebook will not let us go live on there anymore.
And they won't even give us.
They won't even tell us why we're not allowed to go live. So we're still on YouTube for now. Once we get kicked off of there, we'll be over there on Rumble. So if y'all want to hear,
I got my True Social now.
I don't know if you can go live on that yet, but that's where we'll be at until we get kicked off on that one. But we'll talk about. Well, I just want to do, because the cops got hurt. I hope they're okay, and
So Dirk was out there hearing breech bangs.
Oh, I'm sure. I feel sorry for Dirk. Needs to move. Of course, I don't know.
Florida's full.
Florida's not full, but they got mass Nazis working in the federal buildings over there.
Well, we just got a census report that said, with all the homes and stuff going in, that we have this year we'll have a record of 250,000 people moving to Pasco County.
I don't think they were at a abortion clinic there, Bumper Jumper. Do
you remember back when they were blowing up abortion clinics and shit around the United States? We had two of them go up down here, and then some sniper took out an abortion doctor.
I don't know what was up with the news. The news I was finding, but there's a lot of cops and ex-cops gonna get themselves in a little hang-ups. Well, that woman did it to herself and stuff like that. This is out of Denver. It's from
Smoky Mountain High.
It's from Corrections 1. By the way, it is. I think it's Correctional Officer Month or something like that. So the correctional officers, good job. Just don't do what this guy did. Out of Denver, Colorado.
Don't do what she did either.
Yeah, don't fall in love with an inmate and help him escape. A Denver's sheriff's deputy was fired after allowing two inmates, including one suspected murderer, to order burritos and Chinese food into the jail from outside restaurants. Because inmates got to eat, right? Which the inmates then used to smuggle drugs into the facility. No, come on, man. These inmates doing bad shit? No, the inmates ain't doing nothing bad. They would never do that. Derek Peterson was fired Friday following an 8-month investigation that found he did not know that the inmates were using the food delivery to bring in drugs. I don't know if they shared it or not. They would never put drugs in. Dude, they would never do that.
Be like, I want mushrooms on my pizza.
Yeah, but he had violated multiple policies by allowing them to order the food, according to a disciplinary letter obtained by the Denver Post through a public records. First of all, did he use his phone? Because, I mean, do they allow inmates to have cell phones? I don't think so. And do they have cash? Or does they allowed to have debit cards? I mean, how did this take place? I mean, that's what I got all kind of questions. The two inmates, identified in the letter only by their initials, TL for total loser and DW for dickweed, distributed the smuggled drugs to others in the Denver downtown detention center in July. Investigators believe the drugs contributed to another's inmate's attempted suicide, but he survived. Although, thankfully, the suicidal inmate survived, the possibilities of what could have been smuggled in and the potential dangers that could have been caused are endless, wrote Carl McEnroe, a civilian review administrator at the Denver Department of Public Safety. Don't like all these civilian people making decisions on law enforcement stuff because they never did it. watching Matlock and Columbo does not make them experts on it.
No, you got to watch Blue Bloods for proper training.
Deputy Peterson's loss of objectivity in trusting TL and DW to the point where he would have allowed them to personally order food from outside the jail is an act so serious that it demonstrates Deputy Peterson's lack of fitness to continue holding the position of a Denver deputy sheriff. I do believe, yeah. I mean, if they teach you, and I think correction school, that you are not you're not supposed to do that. That these inmates will try to manipulate you, and they first start with little stuff. Hey man, you bring me sticks and bubble gum or this and that. Then the next thing it keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they say, well, and when you say no, they're like, oh, I'm going to tell on you. So they kind of try to trap you into it. So I mean, they teach you that in jailer school. When I went to a corrections academy and stuff like that, I mean, I learned that. Peterson said he allowed the two inmates to order food via the inmate's telephone. Huh? Okay. Because he wanted to reward them for helping clean the housing pod. What was they, like his little children, and he was giving them, an allowance or something? I mean, one of the inmates, TL, told Peterson that a relative worked for a food delivery service and could arrange delivery of the food. Ding, ding, ding. Red flag number 1 there. The two inmates twice ordered food to the jail under Peterson's watch. Peterson picked up the order of food from the front desk and brought it up to the pod for the two men. He said he searched the meals each time and found nothing. Peterson told investigators in an interview that he was attempting to show humanity to the two men, one of whom he bonded with as a fellow combat veteran. He said he was tired and not in the right state of mind when he allowed it the first time, despite feeling hesitant. When the inmates asked jokingly if we could order some food, I sought this as an opportunity to do something, do with my humanity as police officers do on the street, occasionally buying people coffee or meals. The difference is we don't have them in custody.
I buy a civilian a coffee.
We don't have them in custody, Mr. Peterson.
Right.
It's like,
don't
it's
get
like,
me wrong. I've arrested people I truly felt bad for, like people that would beat the shit out of, kid touchers. And unfortunately, you have to do your job and place them in custody. And I've asked them on the way to the jail, it's like, bro, you want Taco Bell or McDonald's or something before you get there? It's past dinner time.
I mean, they had a 103M crazy person we used to pick up that was slightly on the mentally challenged side. And I was one of the few people that they always sent me because I could get him in the car and everybody else had to fight him. And this dude was like strong as shit. And they asked me one time, they say, why don't you just get in the car and go with you every time you got to bring him back to the mental hospital because he freaks out? And I'm like, because I stop at McDonald's on the way over there and he likes a double cheeseburger, a large fries, and a medium Coke. And they're like, what? I'm like, yeah, I buy it and give it to him. And he knows if he gets in the car with me, I'm going to stop at McDonald's, get him food, and he eats it on the way to the mental hospital, and he likes it. I mean, but I'm not ordering. I've worked in state correctional facilities, and I've worked in parish or county correctional facilities. You cannot do this. You cannot do this. I mean, I'm like kind of them. I'm just glad he didn't run off with them to Mexico and have a diverse love affair.
Love triangle.
A love triangle. God, that would have been Pearson. He said anyway. His humanity.
He's fucked.
He told investigators, according to the letter, for that I am sorry, and my mistake cost me a lot, more than I could ever imagine. My virginity, if my anal cavity, no, it does not say that. I let a lot of people down, and I lost a lot of respect. This mistake is and will only be a one-time mistake. I know because they fired you, and you will never work in another correctional facility again, buddy. It will be the only time.
Not in America, anyway.
And for that, I have thoroughly learned my lesson. The investigation began August 6th after an inmate reported that a deputy was helping other inmates smuggle drugs into the facility. Text message between Peterson and one of TL's relatives show him communicating with her on July 20th. I asked what it was. He got the girl, and she would give him a little slobby knobby when he picked the food up. About food delivery, she told him that she sent food to the jail via Uber Eats delivery service.
I just got flagged for the. I just got hit with a violation of community standards, bullying, harassment, and hate speech, all because of this conversation.
You just got kicked off of Facebook again, or locked up.
Yeah, I guess because I'm going live, we're good. But
we're on a different. We're on a MOTORCOP account, so.
Right on my personal. Something I said in the chat flagged me.
Although it is not believed that Deputy Peterson was in any way aware that DW and TL sought to smuggle drugs in, he unfortunately became an unaware tool in their scheme.
Oh, he's a tool, all right.
Regrettably, Deputy Peterson had faithfully served the department, but his good service does not negate the reality of what transpired under his watch. He joined the department in 2016, so he wasn't a rookie. I mean, he should have known better.
Ian. Well, no, they said why he did it. He felt for the guy because they're both veterans.
Yeah, he thought he was being nice. His prior disciplinary history included 4 reprimands for misuse of leave time and 1 10-day suspension for inappropriate use of force. The dude, I mean, he should have known better. Now, oh, good job, boys. Good job, fellas. You cleaned the pot up so good. I can't order you any burritos, but I can give you a beef burrito. No, so I mean, what the? That's what's wrong with these younger people nowadays. That they, like Aaron said earlier, everybody gets a trophy. I got to reward them. I need to be their friend. They might hire him at the Orleans Parish Jail because the new sheriff got sworn in, I think, yesterday or today. And she first order of business was to give all the inmates stuffed animals and hugs.
Taco Tuesday.
And Rice Krispie treats. He could probably get a job over there because she's all about, she's like, I want to make them feel better when they leave than when they came in. It's like it's jail.
It's a rehab.
It's jail. So anyway, this guy, I mean, he I guess his license got the best of him.
Well, at least that jail still has a sheriff.
That hot and ready.
Mine handed the shit over to the citizens.
All righty, this next one is
all me.
San Jose. Can you read it?
San Jose PD. I know it's San Jose. Investigating cops suspected of working drunk. Oh, I've seen this all over TikTok. Mayor calls for more testing. The police officer was reportedly impaired on duty during a search for a kidnapped baby last week. This is the one that crashed his unit, right? Mayor Sam Liccardo called for universal drug and alcohol testing for San Jose police. We already have it. Tuesday, after an officer was allegedly found to be under the influence of alcohol. It's hard to prove unless you catch him red-handed.
Yeah, most places already have random tests. I mean, what you going to do? Test every cop every single day when they come in? I mean,
yeah, good luck with that shit. Yeah, you ain't going to have a police force left.
You ain't going to have no money left to punch it.
I mean, I don't think I've ever met a cop that just flat out hates alcohol.
I know some guys that don't drink
at all. They just to hell.
I mean,
with
they
alcohol.
Drink water.
Well, I drink
stuff
the hell
like.
out of water.
I'm just saying they don't. I mean, I know guys that don't drink alcohol.
So weird. Anyway, I don't know how they have fun then. San Jose Police Chief Anthony Meda confirmed during a news conference that the department has begun an investigation April 26th into allegations that I don't know if that's supposed to say, unnamed officer was impaired while at work. The officer is on paid administrative leave. That's where they get in trouble, is catching his ass being DUI and then giving him paid vacation. No, some things have to be unpaid.
Yeah, I mean, they had to intoxilize her.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
the results of the investigation will be shared with the Santa Clara County District Attorney's Office, which will then decide if charges will be brought. No. Honestly, stripping him of his badge and making him resign is far worse than putting him in jail, because he'll never get a job in his career.
No, he won't. But obviously, if he's going to work drunk, he might need to go to rehab. So he might have a little alcoholism going there. I like my drink. I know lots of guys that likes to drink, but I'm not going to drink right before I go to work. I'm not going to drink at work or anything like that. So, I mean, if you...
Yeah, I won't drink within 8 hours of going to work.
He might have a little issue there.
I mean, but look, this goes back to the same thing you discussed with the young lady you spoke with. I believe it was a young lady about the mental health. Anyway, the officers, I can't tell you, and I'm sure, look, if you've worn a badge before, you know the shit we see is some of the most horrific things on the fucking planet. Also, what is one of the highest divorce rates? Law enforcement. There's so many things. We try to balance work and home, but if we don't work a lot more and get overtime, we can't afford to even stay home. So it's one of those things of, yeah, you end up indulging a little bit in alcohol, and some people are worse than others and can't control the shit. And they might just wake up and just hate their life that bad that they start drinking. Obviously, the alternative would be to ask somebody that works for the department, hey, can I go speak with the chaplain or something? But then again, most chaplains will turn around and tell the chief of police that you have a drinking problem, and now he's going to fire you.
Dan says they know he tries to buy cops beers and they won't take it. Are they on duty? Maybe that's why they're on duty. Aaron is lucky he gets to drink while he's working.
Hell yeah, he'd be like, I bought this wine for the food. He pours himself a mega pint.
All right, let's go on to the next one. So this is a Florida story.
Is this my Florida one? Hang on. One from Florida I want to read. No, that ain't it. You can have it.
This is a Florida teen. Don't be trying to steal my story. I got a picture on this one. Let's see. Number 4. He's a ginger. Be careful.
He has no soul.
From the New York Post, Florida teen is accused of killing his mom. A 19-year-old Florida man. This idiot right here.
Fucking carrot top.
The Florida man was arrested and charged with allegedly. I got to make a T-shirt that says allegedly on it.
No, it's got to happen.
It didn't happen. Shooting and killing his mother in Polk County home this past week.
That's pretty good.
His name is Seth Settle. Reportedly shot and killed his mother Thursday after she ordered him to stop smoking cigars in his bedroom. Oh, they just what? I guarantee you some blunts.
No, he's a ginger. I don't think they smoke weed, do they?
I don't know. Polk County Sheriff, the great Sheriff Grady Judd, said according to Fox 13 Tampa Bay, the incident occurred shortly after Settle's father left for work on what seemed a normal weekday. Why wouldn't his little ass go on freaking work?
Because he's a ginger.
Gingers work. Shortly after 9:30 a.m., though, he had...
Yeah, how rare it is to see a ginger in public.
Maybe in Florida. He had... Burn easy. He had received a call that his wife had been taken to the hospital. Authorities were first alerted to the incident by Settle's 24-year-old brother, who found his mother collapsed in their Lake Walls home. Authorities did not immediately suspect foul play because there reportedly wasn't any blood found in the home or obvious injuries to the victim's body. Did he shoot her with like a 22 or something? But by the time Settle's father had picked up his daughter from school and returned home, he was informed that his wife had died. The mother had been pronounced dead, and nurse inspected the body and found what appeared to be puncture wounds. Judge said the victim had been shot in the heart, stopping it immediately and stopping the flow of blood. Settle fled, but later confessed to investigators that he had shot his mother. He claimed he was depressed and had been holding a gun to his own head before his mother entered the room. Should have squeezed the trigger, boy. Just squeezed the trigger. Killed your mama. He claimed the gun accidentally discharged when he went to lower the weapon. I'm calling bullshit. But the sheriff said authorities believe he shot his mother out of anger. The judge repeatedly said every indication pointed to the 50-year-old mother as the most wonderful mom in the world, and said the family was regarded as nice and hardworking, except for him because he was at home. The only people that are more shocked and stunned by the by this is law enforcement and his immediate family. No one could have seen this coming. He fled past her, but he didn't stop to help her. He didn't call 911. I can't begin to tell you the horror of this event. He's charged with second-degree murder, tampering with evidence, 5 counts of providing false information to law enforcement, and discharging a firearm on a residential property, local news outlet said. This little dirtbag, I'm thinking he used a 22. I think he used a 22.
Does it say that?
No, but
were you there?
There was no blood.
Hearsay.
Little bitty puncture wound. I've worked deaths. I had one where a woman that shot herself in the heart with a 22, and it wasn't the easiest thing to find the bullet hole, and there was zero blood. Zero blood.
Well, maybe her entire torso was missing. I'm just kidding. They wouldn't took her to the hospital.
It was a 22. I'm telling
you. I'm telling you, you just love a fucking 22.
Because they'll fuck you up. That's why.
I don't know. 45 hollow point to the chest will too.
Yeah, when he lowered the gun, he hit her in the chest accidentally.
Yeah, directly in the heart.
Yeah. All right. This is another one from another former law enforcement person. We're full of them today.
Former prison governor. What?
This is from across the pond.
Why?
Wrong picture. Huh? Why? Because I pulled the picture up.
Former prison governor jailed over intimate WhatsApp messages to inmates. That's the wrong picture.
No, it's not. Well, I changed it, and the right one's up.
I was like, they put that baby behind bars? Let's see. Victoria, 47, sent messages to a 30-year-old prisoner, James Chalmers, after problems in her marriage. Northampton Crown Court heard. Fuck.
Look, with all these women that are going after these inmates, I say we start making some money, and we'll start our own dating site and call it convictedcocks.com. So
there you go. We'll send them pictures.
All these lonely women can go date these inmates or something. Convictedcocks.com. Date you a man that will never run around on you except with another man, because he's going to be locked up in prison for the rest of his life. I mean,
either way,
Jesus Christ! I mean, you got to read the whole story. I mean,
okay, yeah, she would. So, well, how the fuck was she WhatsApping him? You need like a cell phone.
Maybe over there they can have. I don't know.
Oh my God! Look at the nose, dude. It's like a toucan, bro. Like I was trying to find something nice to say.
I just don't get these women.
But she didn't fuck him. She just sent him pictures.
Onlycons.com. That's a good.
Onlycons. Oh, I like it.
I like that one.
And what we do is on there we have pictures of different inmates that are currently serving like life sentences. And when people want to hook up with them, we send the notification to the inmate and get their okay. And then when they send us money, we'll split it with us and the inmate. Boom.
It's just I don't understand these women have such low esteem that they think the only men they can find is in prison. I mean, what the hell?
Jennifer, it probably will. Probably will. Only cons.
You said you don't have to be lonely at hornyinmates.com.
I remember the first time I seen that, what is it, onlyfarmers.com or something? I'm like,
yeah,
farmers ain't got the internet.
And farmers are too damn busy to be dating.
Yeah, this is all you.
Which one?
Next story.
Why is it all me?
Because it's another sad child story.
Oh, another sad child story. So I get to do all the sad child stories. Anyway, all these. If you're a woman, stop going after inmates. They got plenty. They got people still free that aren't inmates yet. It's called futureinmates.com. You can date them before they go to prison.
Yeah, that's Pasco.
Yeah, you just date them for before they go to prison. So I don't get all these women. I've always been. I mean, nothing. And if you're a female correctional officer, don't take this the wrong way. Just like how men are not allowed, men correctional officers are not allowed to work with female inmates. I don't believe that females should be allowed to work with male inmates.
Correct.
For the same reason. I've never understood that. I've even had a lengthy discussion a long time ago with an assistant warden and stuff on this, because they had females working in open dorm areas with male inmates and open showers and stuff like that. And I'm like, what's the difference between this woman sitting here watching this man wash his cock than a man sitting there watching a woman, wash her vagina or whatever? To me, there's no difference. There's no difference. So, and I just don't think that they should do that. I don't think they should be allowed to do that. That's just my opinion. Let's get on the other thing here.
I don't even think that's a sexist opinion. I just think that's common fucking sense.
Yeah, I mean, look what's going on. Look what's going on. We got two. We got that one woman. She's probably dead in Mexico.
She's alive. He might be murdering that ass.
No. All right, pull this up a while ago. This is one of them messed up ass stories, too. I like picking them out sometimes. This is from People Magazine, actually. It says, no jail time for a mom who pleaded guilty to murdering her daughter, 5 years old. So this lady right here killed this little girl who was her daughter.
Not a lady, sir. That's a fucking monster.
Oh, this bitch killed her own child. And the daughter, who was 5 years old, only weighed 7 pounds when she was murdered by her mama. Investigators determined that Kylie Mixon caused the death to the cause of death of the little girl was dehydration and malnutrition due to medical neglect. Out of Georgia, a Georgia mom accused of starving her daughter to death will not serve any jail time. How y'all like that? Instead, this judge, if you want to call it that, sentenced this 30-year-old woman, Portia Mickens of Beaufort, Georgia, to 20 years of probation on Tuesday after she accepted a plea deal on second-degree murder and child cruelty charges. So she pled guilty to second-degree murder and does no jail time. According to the Hall County Sheriff's Office, Portia and her husband, Jarrell, 32, were arrested in October 2020, 4 months after their 5-year-old daughter, Kylie Mickens, who weighed approximately 7 pounds, died in an Atlanta hospital.
I just think you put them in a cage and don't feed them until they die.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. After an investigation and an autopsy, detectives determined that the little girl's cause of death was a homicide. She died from dehydration, malnutrition due to medical neglect. In November 2020, Jarrell died in a motorcycle crash while out on bond. Oh, so sad, so sorry. It's called karma. I hope it was a painful crash too. The district attorney argued that Kylie was looking like a mummy when she died, according to the news out there. She reportedly weighed less than 6 pounds at birth, about 1 pound more she only weighed 1 pound more than when she was born at. That she was born. She was admitted to the hospital. The report and every doctor who saw her suffering from the worst case of malnutrition and dehydration that any of the doctors had seen at the hospital. The defense argued that her death was due to 1p36 deletion syndrome, a rare chromosomal, but I can't say that word, disorder, which causes a disability of the mind and abnormalities in the skeleton. She still should have weighed more than that. Weak muscle tone and difficult swallowing.
So in other words, they caused a reasonable doubt.
Yeah, Portia took the stand and said that due to her daughter's condition, she both gained and lost weight on a day-to-day basis. Really? That much weight?
Well, if you fucking feed them, they grow.
I didn't realize she was dying when her body shut down. I had seen that before, so I didn't think that she was dying, Portia said. Friends and family members claim she provided care for her daughter and had taken her to more than a dozen medical professionals, which if that's true, they would have records of it, correct?
That's correct.
The defense argued for 25 years in prison time. Judge Fowler ultimately handed down a sentence of probation only. The court can only hope that you will suffer a great punishment simply by the fact that any punishment that this court can impose on you. No, but she's out free. This woman is out free and her child's dead. And
oh, she's going to reoffend, dude. Are you fucking serious?
This woman is out free on 20 years probation. That little girl is dead. And I guarantee, I don't care what she says, I think she did it because that little girl's a full-time job with her disability.
Yep, I'm with you.
This bitch here. And like I said, you got the freaking woke ass judges. Oh, it's going to be more torture on you. No. Lock her up for 20 freaking years.
Put her in solitary and let her think about it for 20 years.
And stuff like that. So,
bullshit.
I mean, it's just rare, and the same reason out in this area, in Baton Rouge, I believe they just had that grandma we did the story on a couple weeks back or so that
the liquor
made the little 5-year-old drink half a fifth of whiskey, and she had a 0.6 or 0.8 alcohol content or something like that in her body, and then the other kids come out and it's like, oh well, she was mean to us. We're sorry it took to death. What? No. Also, she needs to be sterilized. She should never be allowed to even make another child in the rest of her life. If they're going to let her out, she should not be allowed to breed ever again.
Well, there is a reason why they always joke around that all attorneys will go to hell.
Ever again.
Because the attorney that would defend that piece of shit, like I would just be like, no, there's no amount of money.
No, I couldn't do it.
Like, no. Hell, I went to law school and I wouldn't do it.
Couldn't do it. All right, we got.
I'm going to skip this next one and go to the bride. This happened down the road for me. Oh,
you want me to do the next one after it then?
Yeah, you could do the
don't say it.
One.
Yeah.
Bride caterer allegedly laced wedding feast with marijuana.
Delicious.
Longwood, Florida. 2 women were arrested and are facing felony charges after putting marijuana in the food served at the wedding. I mean, these people are a hell of a host. I wanted to go to this wedding.
It's like, I don't know why I keep eating this damn brownies and I keep getting hungrier.
The story when it broke local was something very similar. Danya Glennie, 42, got married February 19th and hired Jocelyn Bryant, you don't have the pictures, 31, to provide catering at the ceremony. Several guests at the wedding fell ill during the following
Bad weed.
Well, no, what it is the portions. They didn't, dude, they made the pasta fucking marijuana. Yeah, so we've got Lady Karen, and then we've got the caterer that was like, damn it, Karen, why'd you have to suggest this?
Aaron says it costs extra when you want marijuana.
It does. The shit's expensive. One guest, a close friend of Glennie, said she thought she was having a heart attack. Yep, she has anxiety problems. That's why it would have messed with her. I can hear my heartbeat. Local police asked Glennie at the time if she had put any cannabis into the food, to which she said, "No, Shaggy." She hadn't. Detectives tested food and glassware from the wedding 2 months later and found that it contained THC.
Who the hell kept food for 2 months? That shit had to be stale as all get out.
I don't know about that. No, they said the containers and stuff, so I bet you they took a few to test them. Yeah, Bumper Jumper, you jump your little ass up there. Like one of my favorite guests. Glennie and Bryant were arrested April 18th and were booked for tampering, negligence, and delivery of marijuana. Fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's a Florida story for you.
They got the cheap weed.
You could tell that this bitch is so naive. She even looks like she's amused that she's sitting at jail, and
she
the African American young lady.
She thinks it's funny right here. She thinks it's funny. She's like, this is some funny shit. I done made the news. This girl over here, look at the look on her face. She's like, man, this white bitch got my ass in trouble. After that, right? She's like, fuck. She's like, hee hee. But yeah, I mean, wow. So the other people, I guess somebody at the wedding must have reported her ass. So they just thought the girl was having a.
Well, it depends, because I've been to several weddings, and it's like, did they have children there? Because that's not okay. But if it was like Alex's wedding was an all-adult wedding. So that was
a swinger wedding or something?
No. It was all adults because it was an open bar, and I knew I was coming.
Oh, like, did anybody else get anything to drink?
Oh, yeah, Alex.
Okay, well, these two people up here, one's happy and one's pissed off.
You could tell. I mean, like, that's the perfect facial expressions.
I'm going to beat that ass when I get out.
Yeah, they're going to go into jail cells and be like, bitch, I told you not to talk.
Yeah, JoJo, we only got one more left after this, unfortunately. I have to go back and listen. We were, the first part, we were freezing up anyway.
Yeah, I ain't going to lie to you. You might want to wait for the audio.
Well, I did do a little tribute thing for Freebird and his wife at the beginning. If you want to see the pictures, you can go back and look at it. Today was the 1 year anniversary of her passing, so I did a little thing for that. But let's get on to this last story. This one, to me, probably the funniest story.
I laughed when I seen it pop up.
Hold on a second. I got a text message. Kind of threw me for a loop here. Let me pull up this next story here. You see this lady right here? This is Mrs. Roy Patterson. Roy's current wife. I'm picking on Roy. He's not even here right now. I'm mean.
What's her eyes doing?
I think she's cross-eyed.
She ain't cross-eyed. That would be inward. She's like, look at both walls eyed. She's like, what? It's Sid from Ice Age.
I didn't watch Ice Age. That's.
I'm terrible.
You're so mad and mean. Let's see. This story came from a Diary of a Mad Dispatcher off of Facebook. She can. You ain't gonna sneak up on her from the side. I can tell you that. Right she's. I see you over there. Stop it. I seen you coming at me.
Through the window, through the wall.
This woman she's 23 years, she's not 23 years old. She has been arrested for stealing iPhones. Her name is Alicia Mavon of Houston, Texas.
Houston.
Yes. She was stopped at the mall by mall security when an alarm went off as she tried to leave a store. Showing guards she had nothing on her person, the security let her go. Again, the alarm went off. A female security guard was brought in to pat her down. They did. I know they got a more story. But what they did find after they patted her down was she had not one, not two, but she had not three. How many cell phones do you think that iPhones now? How many iPhones do you think this lady had on, or I can't say on, had in her person? Okay,
in her prison purse.
In her person, like she stuffed these in her vagina. Y'all got any guesses?
How did nobody fucking notice this?
Do you got any guesses how many phones did this woman insert inside of herself?
Were they still in the box?
God, I hope not.
Because you're talking like an iPhone box, dude.
Yeah. I'm just giving them a second. If anybody's got any guesses on how many cell phones this lady had inside her vagina.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely natural blonde JoJo.
Yeah, I think so.
It's that Atlanta blonde.
Yeah, bad weave. Aaron says 5. Jennifer says 6.
Mel says 7. I personally think 6.
Bronson says 25.
That is wrong.
You're still wrong, Bronson. I will tell y'all how many it is. 23. This lady had.
Are you fucking serious?
23.
No.
iPhones.
It's impossible.
In her vagina.
No.
I'm telling you what it says. Woman arrested when
Dude,
23.
that right there's an iPhone.
23 iPhones fell out of her vagina.
No.
Yes.
Video or it didn't happen.
Someone says, some of the comments is like, I heard her boyfriend broke up with her because she was seeing someone on the side.
I mean, bro, this is a full-ass iPhone, and in my hand, I mean, it's like a 9-inch hand, dude.
She wanted to change her ringtone. She wanted to change. Yeah, it says,
and if they're not in the box, they would have all water damage.
Maybe she was dry. I don't know.
No, bitch, if it was dry, it definitely wouldn't go up there.
23 iPhones in her vagina.
They gotta send that into Guinness.
That's why her eyes look like that.
Yes, there's an iPhone between her eyeballs.
Let me tell you what, you could probably take one of them smart cars and park it in this woman's vagina, okay?
Well, I remember a while back, there's a video of a guy that shaved his head and shoved it up there, was wearing the chick like a hat. I'm assuming that's about the same thing. Dear God.
Well, Joe says that's a garage, it's not a vagina.
I mean, even if you stack these fucking things perfectly, it would be bigger than a baby. A big-ass baby.
How could Jane? JoJo, I don't think she was answering any calls at all.
She just touched her belly button, JoJo. Swiped.
Wow, I mean, it's like, wait a minute, I mean, they had a woman that, when they had the women's prison open, she had we actually had a guy in prison one time that had a entire 22 revolvers stuffed in his butt.
Dan just got banned from Facebook. Me too, Dan. Me too.
Yeah, I just got banned from Facebook for violating. I mean, I need to be careful. I get more people banned off of Facebook. How long did you get it for, Dan? She's this is a special kind of lady right here. So we're gonna do the hot nut voting. I know.
Or lack thereof, nuts.
JoJo only heard 2 stories. Let's see. We had the ex-cop that faked her own death. I'm not going to do that one. That one's not funny. The former Alabama police chief that got arrested for impersonating a police chief.
He's going to beat those charges.
And we got escaped the guard that helped the inmate escape and having a love affair. We got the fire deputy for Uber eating food to the inmates.
To be fair, that's close.
We got San Jose. Let's come to work drunk.
San Jose.
No, my internet's doing good now. It just messed up in the beginning. We got the Florida teen who killed his mom. The former prison guard in overseas that also fell in love with an inmate. We have the bride and cater lacing the food with marijuana.
See, I think it's either...
And we have the woman with 23 cell phones in her vagina.
I just can't... I want to see it now. Like one cell phone.
Dude, you hollered up in there. It probably echoed back at you.
There's probably small children lost.
Or midgets.
But it's either this one or the catering bitch that paid more money to get the weed.
I'm voting for the vagina girl.
Yeah, I'm down with it. And a lot of people are too. This is a whole new meaning of taking a bite out of the apple. Yeah. I just don't understand it. Like, if they weren't cellophane wrapped in the box, they all would have sustained water damage, so they wouldn't have mattered anyway. So, like, they all got destroyed.
It's pretty bad. I don't know. That's a lot. I mean,
babe, are these things like waterproof?
They are. Well, you can get them wet now. Like, they're not going to do it like before.
I bet she was.
Well, this
who's
lady
the poor
right
bastard that had to keep pulling them out?
Jesus.
Think about it. 1, 2.
And I wonder if her both eyes were crossed and they pulled them out, the other one came back around. I don't know.
Poor Sid.
God. She can't sit in a bar stool. Yeah, I mean, she can't sit on a bar stool.
Yeah, JoJo.
JoJo said they would smell funny. Well,
yeah, they're going to have to offer a fish.
They're all going to have like
discount.
some massengills.
They're going to have to settle them at the next crawfish boil. Be like, that's the smell from the crawfish.
Oh, and it says in the cliff note down here they found 3 sets of car keys.
Good lying, bitch.
A missing person. All right, she gets the hot nuts.
Hot nuts!
She definitely got the hot nuts.
You're a stupid dumbass.
You got a big vagina.
You dumb motherfucker!
When she says, "Come here, big boy," it would be a really big boy.
You imagine? Start playing with it, and it just eats your whole arm.
It's like your hand falls in.
Yeah. So, of course, being a redneck, you'd want to be like, I'm going to explore.
It's like, hold on, baby. I got my safety harness out in the truck. I got to tie myself off.
Put the snorkel on.
I got a rebreather out. Going in.
The dumbass motherfucker.
Do they call that spelunking? When you
shove apples in there.
Oh, God. This poor lady. She'll never live that down.
Oh, that's got to be one of the best hot nut stories I've ever seen.
Yes, it has to be. Yeah, you could have like a party in that vagina right there.
I'm not partying there.
Oh, you could I don't know. I mean, it's like you could bring the high wedding party that was high on weed party and yeah, I could just this. I mean, what does she masturbate with? Watermelons? I mean, is there cucumbers? It's like, get that big seedless one right there and bring it home.
Well, I imagine. Oh God, I don't even want to. But the opening is not. And then once you're on the inside, it's like a fucking cavern. Otherwise, the cell phones would have fell out voluntarily.
Maybe her underwear was holding him. He said, GPS me, I'm going in. Oh, well, I appreciate everybody sticking around, especially through our messed up internet stuff. Like I said, I apologize for it. I usually try to hit the live and let it run for a little while in case I have any issues. Like I said, I was running behind today. I got home like over an hour and a half later than what I used to, and I had to put all this stuff together.
Yeah, but you actually relatively went on time.
Yeah, but I threw everything together. I like to take my time with it.
And everybody tell him it looks nice. It looks great.
I don't need...
But you put so much work into this shit, and you're like, I got to do all this, and freak yourself out, dude. It looks great.
I know. I just don't want to have shit, and then it.
Please get this fucking monster off the screen.
You didn't put that as your screensaver on your phone.
Negative.
Everybody take a picture of her, and that's everybody's new screensaver when your phone rings right there.
You got so lucky that Freebird didn't show up tonight.
Yeah.
Next week.
Y'all keep Freebird in your thoughts. Well, if the box passes we were going to throw him his 3rd grade graduation party.
Crayons.
Yes, we're getting him. I think what's that big box? It's got like 101 colors in it or something.
That's fucking
like
gangster, dude. I like those.
Yeah, we're going to get him that. But the last time I got him crayons, he ate them. So.
Well, they pulled them from the shelves, but I own a box. They actually call it Crayola. Crayola Around the World.
Crayola.
And it's Crayola.
It's Crayola.
Crayola.
No, you sound like some kind of, no, you're saying it wrong.
How do you say crayon?
Crayon. Crayola.
You didn't say it. You didn't say it crown, so I'm so happy. But anyway, so the Crayola crayons from around the world, and it's got like African brown, Indian red.
Oh, that's racist.
No, but I had to buy it because I was like, oh my God, these are going to be disappearing so soon.
Well, Dan said he's going to think of this lady whenever he needs to try to prolong himself when he's being intimate in bed. It would probably work.
No.
Y'all might have caught the audio or whatever. I popped in and did an extra live last night unexpectedly. Didn't have many people show up on Louisiana Crime, but the audio is out, or you can go back and watch the replay of the video. It's all Louisiana Crime on it.
Wasn't very interesting because I wasn't there.
It was extremely interesting. Anyway, you go check it out.
The chat was.
I'm about to mute his mic. Yeah, I'm going to check it out. And I don't know if like I said, I'm going to try to start putting some extra stuff out. If y'all if anybody's on here or listening, wherever you want to be part of, we have the MOTORCOP Chronicles Clubhouse. You got to apply to be in. Just answer one question, and I'll either accept you or not accept you. I haven't denied anybody yet. So you can do that. I don't know what's so funny. See, Dan said it was a great episode, so you can go.
Oh, yeah, this is definitely a badass episode.
No, the one.
Oh, the one without me? Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Dan
said it was great. Dan
trying to fluff up your ego.
Yeah, okay. Anyway.
The chat was a lot better.
I don't know. Like I said, I haven't talked to person. I don't know if I'm going to have a guest for this Sunday's episode when I put it out, or it's just going to be me. Like I said, I got some awesome stories to talk about anyway. It was a crazy-ass week. And
I got to be here Sunday anyway.
So.
Other podcast.
Oh, the Pasco?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see what's going on. Like I said, I got in touch with a person, and hopefully. Oh, and if Bumper Jumper is still here, Holstero loved you. He definitely wants to hear a second episode.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. I about rolled out of the car laughing. Every single answer you gave, I was given. Yeah. It's fun.
Yeah, it's on Facebook. Zachary, I'm probably pronouncing your name wrong. Mr. Palmer. It's on Facebook. It's called the MOTORCOP Chronicles Clubhouse. It's a private group. Yeah,
there's content and stuff in there.
I've been a lot more active on Facebook. Recently, I've been trying to at least post a couple things every day. And
that's correct, Dirk.
I will put different stuff in the private group. So I actually did some live feeds over last weekend on some escorts I did. One of them or two of them are still up there.
Sir, you're not publicly supposed to tell people you do escorts. They're illegal.
Send me DM me or something on the regular Facebook page, and I can send you an invite over there. It's there. I don't know why. Some people have a hard time finding it. All right, everybody. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon.
But love every one of you.
Thanks for watching. And remember to smile, because Iceman could always be behind you. We're out.